EAGLES. What's going on, Eagles fans? It's Mitch here, back with another NFL record prediction video. In this video, I'm giving you my record prediction for your Philadelphia Eagles in 2022, discussing the tough matchups, determining the easy games, and giving you my game-by-game predictions for the Philadelphia Eagles in 2022. If that sounds good, don't forget to spike the like button and subscribe to the channel for more BLV NFL record predictions just like this. Also, hop in the comments section and let me know how you think the Eagles will do in 2022. Are they going to be the best team in the NFC East this year? Will they make the playoffs once again in 2022? Or will they take a step back? Let me know in the comment section below, and let's predict some games. EAGLES, Eagles. Record prediction time. Week number 1, you play the Detroit Lions. I think you should win that game. It's a nice little test to start off the season for your dominance of what I really feel for the Eagles is going to be. When they win these games, their offensive and defensive lines are going to dominate. When they lose these games, their offensive and defensive lines, it's going to be a stalemate or it's going to be a loss in one or both of those columns. The offensive and defensive lines of the Eagles is so important. That's how they play their football game. That is their scheme on defense, offense. They need pressure on defense. They need to dictate pace of play on offense, running the ball. So that's how they're going to win these games. Week 1, the Lions, I think it's a good little matchup as the Lions have improved their defensive line and their offensive line is really good. So I think it's going to be a nice game, but I do think the Eagles are more equipped in terms of I trust Jalen Hurts to make more plays than Jared Goff. I think A.J. Brown should be utilized early and often. And I do think you guys have the better secondary here in this matchup. Dan Campbell will try to bite the kneecaps, but the Eagles fly too high. Week number 2, the Minnesota Vikings at Philadelphia. I'm going to go with the Eagles. Now, this is what's in the back of my mind here. The 2017 NFC Championship game, the Rocky statue, the Vikings fans being all high and mighty. Eagles fans are going to come out, and they're going to be rowdy. They're going to make noise. It's going to be tough for Kirk Cousins to go on the road in Philadelphia early in the year, Monday night, play that defensive line, get beat up, and survive and win. Minnesota has a lackluster O-line, especially in pass protection. The Eagles can win that game based on their pressure from their front four. Week 3, Washington. I'm going to call it the Carson Wentz revenge game. Simple as that. Carson Wentz is going to get his win over the Eagles. Week number 4, you play the Jacksonville Jags. I'm going to go with the Eagles again. Lackluster O-line protecting Trevor Lawrence. Should be able to win that matchup. On top of that, this is Doug Peterson revenge game. Back-to-back with Carson Wentz revenge game. But I do think that the Eagles, there's something to prove there without Doug Peterson. There's something there. So I'm going to go with Jalen Hurts and the Eagles. Week 5, the Eagles go to Arizona, and after 2 highly emotional matchups, and even maybe 3 in a row, Monday Night Football, and then 2 games versus your former quarterback and your former coach, I think there's a letdown spot coming. I think Kyler Murray can be a problem for a lot of teams. He can extend plays, he can make magic, and at home, he can win these games. So I'm going to take Arizona to pull off that football game. Week 6, the Cowboys. I'm going to take the Cowboys in the first of the 2 matchups because I do feel there is a little bit of that floating around where Dallas has dictated these games. They've won these games. They dominated you last year. I feel like Dak plays really well versus the Eagles. He's very comfortable playing the Eagles, and there's something to that. Even if the Eagles are improved, I feel like Dallas can pull off the first matchup where Dak plays a really good game. One of these games, I feel like Dak's going to play his best ball. Then you got your bye week. Then you play the Steelers. I think the Eagles win. I think that the Steelers are built a lot like the Eagles, where they've got to play bully ball to win. And I do think the Eagles are much better on the offensive line. I also think you've got the more mature quarterback here, whether it's Trubisky or it is the rookie Pickett. I think that Hurts can protect the ball better and make better decisions and win the game. Week 9, you play the Texans. I'm going to go with the Eagles here. The Texans, they're the Texans. I mean, not much to be said. The Thursday night football in Houston, though, never know. That could be a sneaky upset. But I'm going to go with the Eagles. Week 10, you play Washington. I think you get the last laugh. Jalen Hurts does on Monday night at home once again over Carson Wentz and the Washington Commanders. I think at this point in the season, they're going to start to wear down a little bit. Washington, I think they might have a strong start, but I do see Carson Wentz wearing down as he did last year. Week 11, the Indianapolis Colts at home. This one's tough. I'm going to go with the better quarterback, and I do feel the better coach in Frank Reich. So I'm going to take the Colts at home. Matt Ryan, I just trust him more than Jalen Hurts when it comes down to it. I think the Colts have a pretty good front that can slow down your running game, which forces more pressure onto Jalen to make plays through the air. Week 12, you play the Packers. And typically, I will go with the great quarterback who's very smart versus your defensive scheme that is rather vanilla. And when the quarterback is smart and he knows where to go with the ball and he's accurate with it, it was proven last year that the Tom Brady's, the Patrick Mahomes' of the world diced you guys up. I think that could happen again this year versus the Packers. Week 13, you play the Titans. I think you beat the Titans at home. Again, another team that likes to play bully ball, but I just think you guys are more talented in that regard. I think Tannehill is going to take a step back this year, and I give you the edge at home. Week 14, you play the Giants. I think that you guys split with the Giants. I think the Giants played you well last year. They're much improved this year. I think if Daniel Jones is healthy, he can win one of these games with the new coaching staff intact. They've also got a lot of weapons that they can attack you with. Brian Daboll is a very smart offensive coach. Week 15, you play the Bears. I think you beat the Bears because the Bears can't protect Justin Fields. So there's that. Week 16, you play the Dallas Cowboys. And much like the, I want to say, 2019 season, you will beat the Cowboys late in the season because I think you guys will be playing the better football at this time. I also think this is where that offensive and defensive line matchup where your superior comes through in the colder weather. Or let's just say the later time of the year where people are beat up. So let's go with the Eagles there. Week 17, the Saints. Now, you guys have just kind of dominated the Saints. And even though I think this appears to be a tough matchup and a pretty even game, I'm just going to go with the Eagles because you guys have beat them, I feel like, the last 2 years in a row. So I'm just going to say you continue that win streak. So overall, I have the Eagles with a very impressive 11-6 record. I could see them going 10-7. You know, maybe they drop a game. There's a few games here where, you know, maybe they drop a game to upset. You know, maybe they get upset by a team like Chicago, or maybe they drop a game to the Titans, or, you know, this could happen, right? I think the Eagles, though, should win the division. I think they're the most talented team in the division. And I think the schedule is pretty manageable. As long as Jalen Hurts plays solid football, he doesn't even have to play spectacular. I think you're the best team in the division, the most talented, the most well-rounded, the toughest at the line of scrimmage. And I think you guys surpassed the Cowboys in 2022. Let me know what you guys think. 11-6 is my record. I have them maybe 10-7, maybe 11-6, maybe 9-8, maybe 12-5 at the absolute best. Let me know in the comments what you guys think. It's Mitch. Appreciate you watching. We'll see you in the next video. Peace.